Ravens lead at 7-0.
Next to score, Ravens 7, Cardinals 0.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Buying time to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Murray from midfield. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off at the 25. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's into the clear. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, Love. And they'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now Murray. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go. 53's right. Let's go, defense.
On first down, here's Love. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Here's Love. Spins past it. It's a room to maneuver. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Bryce Love with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Bryce Love with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And some room to work. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A huge play there for Arizona.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they go to work on a first and goal. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. This is Love, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Try the toss play to Love. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal. Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic. This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Watch the safety creep.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And he's got room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. And the kick here is good, with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Love here. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Mike, 53, Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. This pass complete to Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
He's going to let this go deep. Back, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 79 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All right, T, let's go. All right, T, let's go.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Completes it to Davis. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Flushed out right. Able to find Isabella. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for the Cardinals.
Murray now on 1st down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Murray now eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
We got 4.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch time. Tight end right, tight end right. Watch. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Flush to his right. That is incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Throwing again, Murray. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. He's going to loft one deep. And now here is another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Let's go now. Now we'll stick with the mic. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Under 10. Check. 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 56, the mic, boys. 56.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll go back to Henderson on 1st down. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen. SOS.
Gets past one man. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Henderson will try and run for the 1st. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Henderson going to run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Running to start the drive is Love. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Get him.
On first and 10, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Tight end right. Hey, 4 down. Echo.
From the gun, Murray flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's fourth down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Hey, we are. Hey, 4 down. Set up.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Strong right. Off. 3 down.
Now here we go on 4th down with Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
56.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 10-yard line.
Now Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray, that's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Here we go. Check 52.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To the right side, this is Henderson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Bandit! Bandit! 56! Mike, 56! Yo, 56! Mike's 56! I'm coming for you! You mine! 56 to Mike! 56! I'm coming up!
Here's Jackson on third and long. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Logan Cook now. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. On first down, Love. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Murray throwing on second down. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, third and long.
Alert! Alert! 3 down! 3 down! 6. What's right?
Throwing on third and long. Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 27 yards. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Ravens 56, Cardinals 23.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Hey, watch the slant.
They'll run on first down. It's Love. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 67 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
63, Cardinals 23. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 7, Murray. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Murray now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. They'll run with Love. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On the ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to see.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Henderson, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Henderson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Again, it's Henderson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, let's go.
A give for Henderson running to the right. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Here's Henderson, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56. Check, check, check.
They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
First down, Ravens.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.